When a man hurts a good woman, it's not just her he loses, it's a part of himself he may never get back. Now, I ain't here to bash men. I'm a man. I've made mistakes. We all have. But there's a difference between making a mistake and failing to recognize the treasure you had when it was right in front of you. See, a good woman doesn't come into your life to just pass time. She builds with you. She prays for you. She covers your flaws with her love and lifts you up when you're down. She believes in your dreams even when you barely believe in yourself. When a man hurts a good woman, the change in her don't happen with fireworks. It ain't loud, it don't come with screaming matches or broken dishes. Nah, that ain't how a real good woman handles pain. See, a good woman's love is deep. It runs quiet, steady, loyal. So when she starts to change, it happens in the same quiet way she loved you. Slowly, gently, and without you even noticing at first. At the beginning, she'll still try. She'll still be the one checking in. Did you eat? How was your day? How can I help? You'll still hear her laugh at your jokes. She'll still show up, hold you down, stand in your corner. But something inside her is starting to shift. Because every lie, every cold shoulder, every moment you took her for granted, it's adding up. And she feels it. She may not say anything, but she feels it. See, women are strong, but a good woman, she's built different. She don't just walk away the first time you hurt her. She sticks around. She gives you chances. She tells herself, he's just going through something, or maybe I'm overreacting. She gives you grace again and again. But grace has a limit. And when that limit is reached, she doesn't turn into someone new. She just stops being who she was with you. One day you'll notice she don't ask you those questions anymore. She don't nag you about the little stuff. She don't fight. She don't chase. And here's the part men often misunderstand. When a woman stops arguing, stops pushing, stops bringing things up, that ain't peace. That's distance. That's her heart pulling away. That's her learning how to live without depending on you emotionally. Now, to a man who's not paying attention, it might feel like things got better. She's not complaining as much. Maybe we're good. But no, partner, you ain't good. What you're seeing is emotional detachment. She stopped because she no longer believes you'll change. She's protecting herself now. She's learning how to stand without needing your support. And that's a scary place to be, because once she learns that, it's almost impossible to bring her back. A good woman's silence is not comfort, it's a warning sign. She ain't acting cold just to spite you. She's been burned, and now she's learning not to touch the fire anymore. Where she used to light up when you walked in the room, now she barely looks up. Where she used to smile when your name popped up on her phone, now it's just another message she might ignore. And still, she won't curse your name. She won't trash you to her friends. She'll just carry on quietly with a little less of herself offered to you each day. You'll start to notice she's laughing more when she's with her friends, but around you, it's quiet. She's posting things online that got nothing to do with you, living her life like you ain't even in it. You might come home and find her deep into her own world, reading, meditating, leveling up, not because she stopped loving you, because she started remembering how to love herself. And let me tell you something. When a woman who has loved you deeply starts loving herself more, your time is running out. You had her when she was giving you everything, and you mistook that for forever. But nothing hurts like seeing that same woman you took for granted give someone else the version of her that you didn't appreciate. You'll remember her patience, her loyalty, her belief in you, and you'll wish you had honored it more. But by then, it's too late. That woman you once knew, the one who used to light candles for you when you were stressed, pray for you when you didn't even pray for yourself, the one who forgave you more times than you deserved, that version of her is gone. And you can't blame her, because the truth is she changed. Because you did first. She changed when your words stopped matching your actions. She changed when she had to repeat herself too many times. She changed when she realized her love was being poured into someone who had holes in their cup. She changed because survival demanded it. And don't get it twisted, it's not about revenge. A good woman doesn't need to get back at you. Her growth is her revenge. Her silence is her strength. And that quiet distance you feel, that's the echo of everything you didn't fix when you had the chance. So when you sit back and wonder what happened to that sweet woman who used to be all about you, remember, she didn't just wake up and stop loving you. She just finally woke up and started loving herself more. When a good woman is hurt by a man she truly loved, the healing doesn't look how most people expect. See, people think she's somewhere crying, falling apart, waiting by the phone, hoping he'll call, hoping he'll come back with an apology. But nah, a good woman doesn't stay broken. She might bend, she might feel the weight of that heartbreak deep in her chest, but she don't stay down. She gets up. And when she heals for herself. Not for him, not for anyone else. The thing is, at first, the pain is heavy. It hits her in the middle of the night when she's lying in bed staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out how someone she gave so much to could treat her like she didn't matter. She'll replay conversations, reread old text, try to find the moment where things shifted. She'll question herself. Was I too much? Did I not support him enough? What could I have done differently? Because that's what good women do. They look inward before they ever point a finger. But when she realizes the problem wasn't in how she loved, but in who she loved, everything starts to shift. See, she begins to understand that loving someone doesn't mean sacrificing your peace. It doesn't mean accepting less just because you see their potential. It doesn't mean trying to pour into someone who is never ready to be poured into. And when that realization hits, that's the beginning of her rise. She won't announce it. She won't call him up to let him know she's healing. She'll just start doing it. Step by step, day by day, the crying slows down. The self-doubt gets quieter. She picks herself up, piece by piece. And each piece she puts back together, it's stronger than before. She starts doing little things for herself again, things she stopped doing when she was too busy taking care of someone else's needs. She gets back to her routine, maybe even builds a new one. She starts eating better, dressing better, glowing different. She might get that haircut she always wanted, start reading more, hitting the gym, traveling, laughing louder, being more present with people who actually pour into her. And every time she chooses herself over her pain, she gets stronger. But here's what men don't realize: she's healing in silence. She ain't out there trying to prove anything. She's not trying to get revenge. She's not jumping into something new just to distract herself. She's sitting with her pain, learning from it, growing through it. And that kind of healing, that's real. That's deep. That's permanent. The man who hurt her, he'll feel her absence long before she stops thinking about him. He'll scroll past a picture of her on social media one day and realize she looks different. Not because of makeup or a filter, but because she looks free. She looks light, peaceful, unbothered. That glow, that's healing. That's what it looks like when a good woman stops carrying a man who refused to walk beside her. And don't get it twisted, just because she ain't mad no more doesn't mean she forgot. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means she made peace with what happened, she accepted it, and she decided it's not going to define her future. She took her power back quietly, completely. So now, when she walks into a room, she walks with purpose. She's not looking for love to fix her. She's whole already. She's not looking for validation. She already knows her worth. That soft heart is still in her, but now it's guarded by wisdom. And that smile on her face, that ain't for nobody else. It's hers. She earned it. That man who hurt her might come back around like they often do, thinking he still has access to the same woman he left behind. But what he'll find is someone he no longer recognizes. Not because she became someone else, but because she finally became herself. The version she had to hide, shrink, or silence when she was with him. And when he says things like, "You've changed," she'll nod and say, "I had to." She won't be bitter. She won't be angry. She won't argue. Because when a good woman heals, her peace is too expensive to trade for closure. She doesn't need his apology. She doesn't need him to admit he was wrong. Her healing was never about him. It was about her getting back to herself. She'll still love. Don't get it twisted. That heart is still full. But now she knows what not to tolerate. She knows what a real connection feels like. She knows what love should look like. And it sure don't look like being taken for granted. So let this be clear. When a good woman heals, she's not just moving on, she's rising. And if you're the man who broke her, you'll see it. You'll feel it. You'll realize too late that she was never the problem. She was the blessing you mismanaged. And now that she's healed, she ain't coming back for round two. She healed, but not for you. She healed to never need you again. If by some chance that good woman ever does come back after you've hurt her, let me tell you something right now. She ain't coming back the same. You might recognize the way she looks, the way she walks, maybe even the way she talks. But what's inside her, that's different now. That's been rewired. See, when you break the trust of a woman who gave you all of her heart, all of her loyalty, all of her support, she don't just bounce back into your arms like nothing happened. That kind of damage changes her. Period. A lot of men don't understand this part. They think she took me back, so everything's good now. But it ain't. That woman who once gave you her full trust without hesitation, she's not here anymore. She might still love you, but now that love comes with limits, with caution, with eyes wide open. Before, she loved blindly. Now she watches everything. Your tone, your patterns, your words, your consistency, because you taught her not to get too comfortable. See, the first time around, she gave you the softest parts of her. She let her guard down. She saw the best in you. She believed in who you could be, not just who you were. And you made her feel like she was safe to love you with everything she had. And then you went and shook that foundation. Maybe you lied. Maybe you stepped out. Maybe you just stopped showing up for her emotionally. Whatever it was, it broke something in her. And when something breaks inside a woman like that, it doesn't just snap back into place. It heals differently. Now, if she chooses to return, and that's a big if, it's not because she's desperate. It's because she sees something worth trying for. But don't confuse that with forgiveness, meaning forgetfulness. She remembers everything. And not because she's bitter, but because memory is her new armor. It's what keeps her from slipping back into that same vulnerable space she once held you in. She's not going to ask you the same questions she used to. She's not going to check on you the same way. That spark in her eye, That glow she used to have every time you walked in the room, it's dimmer now. Not because the love is gone, but because she's protecting it. She's rationing it. She's making sure you earn the version of her you once had for free. And let's be real, she's watching how you handle her now more than ever. Before, she let things slide. She gave you the benefit of the doubt. She saw your flaws and said, I can love him through it. But now, she ain't tolerating disrespect in any form. You raise your voice one too many times, talk down to her, go missing emotionally, she notices and she files it away. Because this time around, she's not looking to stay. She's looking to see if she shouldn't. And here's where a lot of men mess up. They think because she didn't slam the door that she's all in again. No, she's watching. She's giving you space to prove yourself, to rebuild what you broke, to show her that you've changed, not just say it. She don't care about the sweet talk. She don't care about the I miss you texts. She wants to feel it in how you treat her, how you move different, how you show up consistently without needing to be reminded, because real change speaks for itself. The irony is, the second time around, she actually becomes more of a challenge. That woman who once bent over backwards to keep the peace, she's now prioritizing her own peace. That woman who once begged you to communicate, now she's quiet. And that silence, that's not indifference, it's caution. She's weighing whether this love is still worth it. And you'll feel that shift, you'll feel that distance. And if you think she's going to stay forever while you try to get it together, think again, because this version of her has boundaries. She has standards now that she didn't enforce before. Why? Because she learned. Pain taught her what peace feels like. And she's not giving that up again for someone who doesn't know how to handle her heart. She might still love you, but now that love comes with conditions, healthy ones. Ones that say, if you want me, show me. Not just in words, in actions, in time, in consistency. She doesn't need a grand gesture. She needs change. Real, steady, proven change. And if you can't give her that, don't be surprised when she finally walks away, this time for good. Because once a good woman has returned, seeing no growth, and realizes her love is still being mishandled, she won't wait around for the pain to repeat itself. She'll choose herself. And this time, she won't look back. So if you're blessed enough to have a second chance with a good woman you once hurt, understand this. She's not who she was. And if you want her again, you'll have to become the man she deserved the first time. Life teaches you through absence. When a good woman leaves because she's been hurt, it's not just her that feels the loss. It's you. The man who took her for granted, who faces the real lesson. And that lesson, it's harsh. It's painful. It's the kind of thing that creeps up on you when you least expect it, in the quiet moments, in the empty rooms, when the laughter stops and the silence becomes louder than you can bear. You see, the thing about losing a good woman is that you don't realize what she was until she's gone. She was the one who saw your potential when you couldn't see it yourself. She was the one who stayed up late listening to your dreams, even the crazy ones you were too scared to say out loud. She was the one who believed in you when no one else did. And you spent so much time looking away, thinking she'd always be there, thinking she'd never leave. But when she walks out that door, life doesn't just pause, it hits you hard. Suddenly, you're sitting alone with your thoughts. And those thoughts don't come with comfort. They come with regret. They come with questions you should have asked her when she was still there. Why did you leave? What did I do wrong? But by then, the answers don't come from her anymore. They come from your own heart, your own conscience, your own reflection in the mirror. And that's when the real pain starts. Because you realize the love you had wasn't just any love. It was a good woman's love. The kind that's rare, the kind that's deep, the kind that changes you. And you lost it. Not because she wasn't enough, but because you weren't ready to appreciate what she gave you every single day. Now, the women you meet after her, they're different. They might not see your potential the way she did. They might not fight for you the way she fought. They might not pray for you the way she prayed. And that's when it hits you that the woman you hurt wasn't just a chapter in your life. She was a foundation. And without her, everything feels shaky. You'll meet women who don't call you out when you're wrong, women who let you slide, women who don't expect much. And at first, that might feel easier, but soon it'll feel empty. Because you'll remember the good woman who pushed you to be better, the one who made you want to rise. And you'll wonder if you'll ever find someone like her again. That absence leaves a hole in your life, not just in your heart, but in your soul. And the thing about holes is they're hard to fill. You try with new faces, new names, new voices, but that hole doesn't fill with just anyone. It fills with the memory of what you lost. And that memory, it's a lesson wrapped in pain. Life is teaching you that love is not just about getting. It's about giving, about valuing, about holding tight when it matters. And the good woman you hurt taught you that without even trying. She taught you that love is patient, love is kind, love is loyal. But you learned the hard way that love can walk away too, when it's not respected. You'll think about her late at night. You'll remember her laugh, the way she cared, the way she made your house a home. And sometimes you'll want to reach out, but you won't. Because by the time life teaches you, the good woman has moved on. She's found her peace. She's found her happiness. And she's not waiting around for the man who didn't see her worth. And here's the bitter truth. Life won't always give you a second chance. Sometimes the lesson is meant to be learned once, and you carry that with you for the rest of your days. You carry the regret, the memories, and the wisdom. You carry the knowledge that a good woman once loved you deeply and that you hurt her. So when you lose a good woman because you hurt her, understand this. What follows is a void that's not easy to fill. A regret that's not easy to shake, and a lesson that's not easy to learn. But it's the kind of lesson that makes a man wise if he's willing to listen. It's the kind of pain that shapes a man if he's willing to grow. And maybe, just maybe, that's the purpose of it all, to teach you to never take a good woman for granted again. Because when a good woman leaves, she takes more than her love with her. She takes a piece of you, and you're left to